so Logan's manning the house.
Okay. I am recording.
Okay.
So today's workout, buys, tries, and shoulders, as per usual for a Monday.
Yep. So, how heavy are you feeling today?
I'd like to try to go a bit heavier than I can while down in Philly.
Okay. I'm going to actually go lighter today, but more reps.
Okay.
Just to switch it up, and I also just work today.
That's fair.
So I'll still work out, but I don't want to. I want to be able to work tomorrow.
Okay.
So, you have up to 25s down in Philly, right?
Yep. And I also have the weighted bands, but I've been mostly doing reps of exhausting with the bands and then shredding with the weights, as per usual.
I want you on bar curl.
My usual. Bar curl?
I want you on bar curl.
Okay.
For 55.
Okay.
So that works out to still being around where you're at currently.
But it's still a bit pushing it.
It's still pushing it a bit, and the change of grip will be noticeable.
Okay.
It will feel heavier than it is.
Okay.
But it won't actually be. I'm going to just do the 25-pound dumbbell. Or dumbbell. And I'm gonna go for 30 reps.
Okay. Solid. Then I'll go ahead and set up the bar.
Yeah.
The bar's already set up.
That's
it looks like.
The bar, you just need to take the...
using this one. Okay.
Yeah, that's the curling bar.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to use the curling bar or the...
You're not using the Olympic bar.
Okay.
You can... I shouldn't say that. You can... But... The grip on it is not meant for that.
I understand.
That is better for the grip.
All right, so how exactly do I set up 55 on this one? Because I don't know these
So
plates.
you just take off one plate on each side.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing deadlift with that weight. But I really can go up. So Peter and Sammy already saw Deadpool.
Everyone already saw Deadpool.
I know. I texted
The only ones
them.
who didn't was you and I.
Yeah, because we thought we were all going as a group. Well, I texted them, hey, do you want to go after work one day? And then I was talking to Peter, and he's like, yeah, we saw it when we were in Jersey. I was like, well, thanks for telling me. Maybe we won't go then. And he's like, no, I'll go see it again. I'm like, I mean, I will too.
Now you can't jump scare Peter by sticking your fingers in his mouth like Peter in that one scene.
I'm pretty sure I still can do that, because I don't know about you, but if someone shoved their fingers in my mouth, I'd be really fucking upset.
System reset.
Not just upset, really fucking upset. I have been liking getting out at 3 now.
I bet.
I do like that.
You do have to get up earlier, but...
Honestly, it's one of those things where I'm like... So, I'm weird, right? I train myself to do things I hate. Like getting up early, eating right, working out as much as I do. Getting a job I don't really enjoy. So, to me, at one point I'm like, man, I hate getting up early in the morning. But then afterwards I'm like, I'm glad I got up. I have a day now. Yeah. I think the same way. Yes, we'll just do this one at a time since this is the first time back.
Bicep curls. What do we want to do for triceps? The skull crushers? I think I'd like to do some good old skull crushers.
You can do some skull crushers then. I'd like
Go
to
with
do
it.
some 35 kettlebell.
35 kettlebell?
Yeah.
Is that going to be for your tricep workout or
I can.
as the press?
I can do it for.
Ooh, I suppose I should also do a heavier shoulder press.
You're gonna do it with that then if you're gonna do a shoulder press.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let. You don't like the kettlebell.
I don't.
Your wrists don't work for them. It's fine. You'll do shoulder press with that.
Okay.
I will say, that's harder.
Yeah, that's okay. I usually do 225, so 50 pounds. So that's 45, I know. So I'll probably put on maybe 5 on each side. Again, 55, 55.
Yeah.
A slight increase so that I'm not killing myself without any warm up.
Let's see. I think my best on that is 35s for 3. For just shoulder press.
Okay.
And that's hard.
That's impressive though.
I used to.
Because with the 35s, that's 115, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do. I don't remember if it was you working with me or Logan.
I should have brought my belt so that just to be safe.
That's okay. You can use that belt.
Yeah.
I used to do a 3-part lift with that. Do you remember that?
3-part lift.
So I'd take it outside.
Oh, kind of like the Olympic.
So it's 1, 2, 3.
And that's for every rep?
Yeah. We do 10. Which is getting to here is fine with the 45s, but then here after 3 reps is like, ooh, tired.
I can imagine.
So,
well, I'm going to get started.
Yep, go ahead, get started. I'm going to watch form just because you don't do this very often.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. There you go.
Could I request not standing right in front of the camera?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just turn this.
That won't make a difference because you're still going to be right in front of me.
I know, but I'll sit back here. Form or views?
You should be able to identify both.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Both are achievable.
Yeah.
That was 10.
How does that feel? Heavy?
It feels a bit... It does feel heavy. It feels like... But honestly, I just don't like the grip of it.
Well, trust me, if you don't like the grip of that one, you wouldn't like the grip of the,
Let me just fix
what's it called either?
Wouldn't like the grip
The
of
Olympic bar.
Yeah. That one feels a lot more digging into my hands.
I mean, so you don't lose it.
I mean, at that point, I'd just rather like a thicker bar to hold on to. That actually
Try the Olympic then.
No,
I don't recommend it, but
no. I'm doing the thing where I complain. I'll stop. Oh. But yeah, the weight feels pretty good. Again, I don't want to overdo it, especially
20's good. 30's overkill.
Okay. I just don't want to overdo it. Not only with
You're fine. It's the first day back. Well,
no, not necessarily the
you're
first
back
day
here.
back. But yeah, the first day back here, and also after a weekend of rest. You know, and that's kind of the thing for me.
Yeah, I have not been working out nearly as much. I did some deadlifting and some benching last week. But with starting that new job, I've just been...
No, I understand.
I've been busy, honestly. It wasn't the fact that I was tired coming from work. It was more just stuff happened. I was busy. Oh, and now I can go to the farmer's market at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
Oh, so much room for activities. And then it will go to shit when I go to third shift. Oh.
Just need to make some adjustments, but you'll have the time
Yeah.
to do all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some good definition on you. Like and leave a comment if you think Joey's gotten bigger over the years.
I've only been recording these since February.
Like and leave a comment if you've been here since February.
Over here quick. Honestly, I don't know if you've been watching the videos.
I have not been. I have not had any time to watch videos.
That's okay. What I've been doing is something that I've actually been quite enjoying. I've been continuing the exhausting exercise, the lighter exhausting exercise, and then the shredding exercise idea.
This is the tricep workout with the kettlebell.
Okay.
It just works one at a time.
Yeah. That's similar to
You can do it with the dumbbell too. But
Yeah. Brendan called those like power pose or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
they have
strongman or Superman, something like that.
Yeah, it's Superman. I don't care for the name like that.
I thought you were doing your bicep workouts.
I am. I just wanted to see the motion because I don't do those.
Okay.
Really.
Cool. Anyway, I've been doing that, and I actually really like that.
Good.
Because, and there's two reasons. But I've been continuing the exhaustive thing, but then I also doubled up muscle groups. I started working anterior muscle groups
I don't recommend that.
on the same day. Really?
I don't.
Okay, interesting. How come?
So, every body system has a main unit.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Your triceps do something different.
Yes.
When one of those fails, so when your biceps get tired, what kicks in?
Your triceps.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you're working both systems at the same time, you're not allowing full rest.
Correct.
No.
Okay. I understand. The whole reason I did this was after one day that we did bent over rows and then chest workouts in the same day, and I thought that felt great.
So bent over rows, so it's weird. And I don't blame you for thinking that. The chest works mostly the upper back and some of the middle back. Bent over rows is almost the full back. Because you're leaning over, supporting, and you're going the full distance.
Okay.
Now, it's one thing to do that where it's like, it kind of hits the same place, where it's like squatting and then doing the leg raises. It kind of does the same thing, but you're not overlapping. You're not doing that twice.
Okay.
Right? So you're still giving those areas that are not tired a break. And by working your anterior after the main unit, you're not giving the main unit a break. You're just saying, main unit, stop taking a break because the anterior needs you to support.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's how you get hurt.
Okay.
Because you don't have anything to fall back on once both units are tired
Interesting.
or strained.
So the reason I had been doing it that way and the reason I had been justifying it was because, yes, of that similar thing.
Because of that same idea of, it works both muscle groups at the same time no matter what.
It's alright if you do chest into something like shoulders, into something like arms, into something like back. That's fine, because you're giving a lot of in-between time to actually rest in between the sets. It's kind of like why we take a break in between circuits, because you just need time to recover. Come on, you got this. Yeah. Killing it. Way to go, man.
Basically, my thinking was that because I am doing less intensive exercises, while I do one group, and then I move on to the next group, that gives the front group a bit of a break, and also allows for stretching.
It's fine. That's fine. That's a fine thinking for it. That's why I say it's fine to go into chest, into shoulder, into arms, into back.
Okay.
Because you have that gap in between. It's kind of like, think of a nuclear power plant, where, you know how the process is, they just slowly heat up the water in the turbine?
Yes.
And that makes it run. That'd be like one of the engineers going, you know how much power we can produce by maximizing that for like 2 seconds?
That's a fair point.
That's
so
a fair
you're saying
point.
I need to triple up my workouts.
No, I'm saying the points where you build muscle is when you're recovering.
Yeah.
And you need to give muscles time to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't recommend main unit and then alternative unit.
Okay.
Or auxiliary unit.
Okay.
Well, it's fine if it's something in between. Like I said, chest into shoulders into something else, or even then into back, totally fine.
Okay.
You just need to give a lot of time.
Small problem though.
Why?
Today, aren't we working biceps and triceps?
We are, but they're not the same thing. So let me explain. That you're right, but let me explain why.
Okay, you're kidding. Okay.
So let me explain why. You're working chest and then back.
I'm working chest and usually with bent over rows.
So what's the difference between your arms and your front body and back body?
There's a lot of difference.
There's a lot of difference, but what happens when you lose an arm? You have another arm. What happens if you lose both arms? You have no arms, but you can still keep going. What happens if you're missing a torso, or you have some major damage in this area? Well, maybe your arm stops working as well. Maybe you have some issues breathing.
Okay.
The torso area, so I'm going to just assume everything that can't be just chopped off to keep living, you should treat that with an air of caution.
Absolutely.
When doing auxiliary and primary workouts. Now, to your point about us working biceps and triceps, oh no, our arms are kind of tired for the next couple hours. Maybe they're sore the next day. The worst you can do is you have some soreness and maybe you pull a muscle.
Okay.
If you pull something in your chest, you could be out in the hospital.
Okay.
So that's where I go. Just make sure you're giving a lot of time for rest.
Absolutely, yeah.
In between sets.
Yes, that was something. So
that's why I don't recommend it, because at that point you could do something else in between.
Yeah. Well, and
you see what I mean?
Something that should be said is that I'm just giving you the rundown, and you don't necessarily know the precautions that I was taking because you haven't watched the videos.
Yeah, I'm a subscriber snub.
Personally, I do think that I have been taking it cautiously, even with the more intensive workout. I always say, listen to your body, be cautious, don't injure yourself, don't push yourself too far. Push yourself, but not over the edge. Usually, how I've been doing it, or how I started doing it, was so the things like the bicep and tricep, I kind of do with little to no break.
That's fine.
Because, and then shoulders, I'll work, usually I'll do side front lats for warm up on shoulder day.
Yeah.
And the shoulder doesn't have any anterior.
No. Well,
you could say the back, but you could also say the chest.
you could also say the shoulder itself.
You could say hips are technically anterior.
I say more than anterior to shoulders is still shoulders, but
Yeah,
but either way.
Point being, it's been mostly just
Lighters.
whenever. How do I? Because I explained so much of it.
Yeah. Well, just tell me which video it is and I'll watch it.
It's been a couple videos. I guess the idea is for, because by condensing, I do biceps and triceps Monday, then I do a bunch of shoulder workouts Tuesday, and I could just go from bicep curls to skull crushers, and then just keep going back and forth, just because of how concentrated and how focused those two exercises are. It really does give triceps and biceps time to stretch in between and have a break.
Actually, you know what I'd say? Bent over row is more of an upper back, middle back.
Yeah.
And deadlift is more of a middle back, lower back.
Yeah.
So just
just
assume your upper back's anterior is your chest, and your lower back's anterior is your core.
yes, that's
I'm just going through them like what all the anteriors would be.
yes, and that's why I would do lower back and core on the same day. Now, typically, because with those combined workouts, what I had been doing was I'm gonna get my skull crushers.
Yep, I'm gonna do my what's it called right here? That's really rough on my elbow.
You're good. You're good.
No, you're fine. I was done. I'm only doing 5 of this. I didn't realize how intense it was on my shoulder or my elbow.
But as I was saying, usually just because I wanted to keep up the intensity of the workouts despite the lower end of weight that I have access to.
Right.
Okay. Combine some of the workouts or double up some of the muscle groups. Biceps, triceps, the things for shoulders, chest and upper back one day. That was on Wednesday.
Are you just doing push-ups for?
Yeah, and then I actually did some flies.
Okay.
Because I hadn't done that in a while, and that works
That works the sides really well.
out
I like
very
sides.
nicely.
I like flies. A lot of people don't. Like, people look at the fly machine and go, but when you start to get up there and weight, you're like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That gives some good intensity.
And then lower back and core. The thing that I've said for all of them, and the thing that I did was more frontal workouts. So like push-ups and then the flies compared to just the bent over rows. Basically work the front area more, and then still keep the back moving to help stretch, as well as to help softly strengthen that as carefully as possible.
Okay.
Again, I'd
have to see what you were doing. This is what everybody.
Yep. Always be careful. Always be cautious. Consult an actual professional.
Yeah, I would just say
everything.
Don't jump into the next workout so fast. a lot of times, like, big guys, like, if you're going for mass and strength, they'll have like 10-minute breaks in between their sets. Now they do like 1 rep per set and compensate on that weight.
Yeah.
But they take a long time between reps.
Yeah.
Or sets.
And I've been trying to keep it a bit snappy, usually under a 30-minute workout.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does run the full 30 minutes, sometimes a little longer. But I've been trying to, because I ain't the most interesting talker.
I mean, you're talking now and it's fine.
Well, it's fine, but we don't actually know until we see the analytics.
I don't look at your analytics.
No, you don't. No one does except me. That's the point.
How are they looking?
Actually going pretty well.
Good.
I guess a lot of people are enjoying the home workout. I changed the name from just my workout documentation to a home workout walkthrough, because this is more of a... I do try to keep it a bit more informative than just...
Yeah. You should do one about just the diet part. That's the
I started with that with a short.
Oh, okay.
About the little scale that I had gotten.
Yeah.
And how that is the most important tool for fitness, for your health.
Yeah, you even
being able to measure.
You even convinced Brendan to get one. I don't know if he actually ended up getting one, but I know he said he was interested. Yeah, I think with the new job, I'm definitely going to aim to be more physical with it if I can.
That's good.
Like, the press I was running wasn't using like a downward press to put the pressure on. It was using a rotator press or rotator lever. So what I was doing was it would spin to put the press down. So what I would do is I would push with one arm, because that's all you could really hold. And then I would, for the next one, hop over to the other side and pull it. And then there was actually 2 levers on it. There was one up at the top, one at the bottom that spun.
Okay.
So if I wanted to, I could pull the upper one and then hop over and push the other.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to try and maintain some level of uniformity with that.
Even being on your feet is going to be pretty good for you. And speaking of convincing Brendan to get a scale, have you started using yours yet?
No, because I haven't done any cooking.
Okay.
I have...
But have you done eating?
I have done eating.
Could you have measured that?
Probably not. Because I did turkey sandwiches today for lunch.
You could have measured that.
I probably could have measured the turkey itself.
Yep.
But even then, my cheese was already pre-sliced and the bread is already pre-sliced.
Could have weighed that.
I know.
That's what I mean.
I have been more conscious of it, and that's the thing. I'm just slowly getting back into... I found my biggest problem, right, was access. Now that I don't...
Oh, because you always had access to food when you were working at home.
Right.
But now you don't. So there's a bit less of that temptation.
Exactly. And I find that if you can get rid of the source of temptation for at least a bit, it helps out tremendously with increasing your discipline. And that's what I lack right now, is food discipline again.
There's another thing.
What am I lacking?
No. That I'd like to mention.
Yeah.
In a minute.
I'm going to hold you to that minute then. I should put this on camera too, just to show everybody you can do it.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
If you'd like to demonstrate it, I'm sure some people would appreciate it, but I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about showing off all the details of the things here.
Okay.
Just because The nice thing about when I'm working out in Philly, I have stuff that any house can get with one trip to Walmart, right? I just have bands. I just have some light weights.
Forgot to mention that to you. I forgot. I'll tell you about that after.
Okay.
I don't know what level of information I can provide, and I don't want to give wrong information.
Oh, of course. That's the thing about all of this. And this is why I always put in the description, consult your, whoever your healthcare provider is, whoever you go to for any health or fitness advice. Always consult that person first, because a lot of what we operate off of is whatever we can find on the internet and then theory behind it. Like
and
my theory about, caloric intakes.
I got a lot of my stuff from my father because he went to be a personal trainer in his life, and then he had the best thing in his life, and now he doesn't do it anymore.
So and of course, information evolves.
Oh yeah, he's really out of date with it. His protein science was 1.25 for bulking.
Okay.
So 1.25 times your body weight.
Yeah,
which is nowhere close anymore.
Yeah. But actually, back to the bulking thing.
Yeah.
I think another big thing is that discipline, is having the good habits of it, and I think the way that starts is from a very clean bulk, because that develops the good habits.
Yeah, I've done a couple dirty bulks, and
I think I've only known you to do dirty bulks, not clean bulks.
I've tried clean bulks, and it's tough.
Even with my bulk, I have a general idea of how many calories I need a day. And I go through and I measure it out, weigh it out. But I don't measure it every single time. I'll measure things like the peanut butter.
Yeah, you measure in advance, and that's
right. And I know generally how much I need in order to do the clean bulk.
Like what I've been doing is I haven't been counting as much as I should be. I'm going off of general numbers that I remember, which are probably still pretty consistent, all things considered. But it's more or less the stuff I don't have metrics for. Like I had an egg white omelet with spinach, a little bit of pepperoni, and a little bit of shredded cheese.
I found an app, at least on Android.
I have an app for it.
That's just a compilation of nutrition facts.
I have it.
And it's like, it specifies things like raw egg, boiled egg, just the yolk, just the white. But good. That's fantastic.
Where is it at?
But my main point is, don't dirty bulk, because you'll get into habits of just trying to eat more food, not necessarily trying to eat the specific amount of food.
What's the app that you got?
It's just a nutrition facts thing. Oh, I can show you afterwards. I can't.
Because I use this one. Lose it.
My dad uses that, but I don't mean like a tracker. I mean just a compilation of nutrition facts.
Oh, well, it does that too. That's why I have it.
I use a whiteboard.
I know you do.
And that's because I like using a whiteboard.
I'll also do this with you. I thought about it more. I'm gonna do that as well.
Okay.
Just because I want some consistency, and it's been a while.
I'll go ahead and readjust this. Excuse me. And we'll just go over here. And
I'm gonna go heavy for this, I think.
This is probably good.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that could see the majority of things. It's hard for me to tell, so forgive me if I got the angle a bit askew.
Yeah, and I don't know, so I don't think.
Pinky with or same spot for a normal, or
you can go pinky to ring slot, or you can go even here.
Okay.
That's up to you. Anywhere in between that area, I would recommend. It depends on your.
I'm gonna go outer a bit because
length.
usually I'll go. Yeah. So this might be a bit wider. Yep.
You can just leave that on. I'm gonna
Didn't
use that
know
for
how
my
to-
warm up.
Didn't know how to set that back up.
So
You're gonna do this weight?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for my warm up just to get back into it because it's been a minute since I did this.
Fair enough. I probably should have done more. Again, that's why I really like the exhaustive exercise first, because it feels like warm-ups already have a purpose, but it feels like a warm-up with a bonus purpose. And again, whether or not that's actually how that works,
It
psychologically, at least placebo effect.
It's nice. My work actually does. So they do a 15-minute, or so you're supposed to show up 15 minutes before the shift, which you get paid for.
Yeah.
And they do warm-ups.
Yeah, that's
They
how
do
we used to
stretches.
do it.
And I
Usually
even
it was
suggested
hand stuff.
hand. We do leg. We do back. We do neck. We do just about everything because we do full body.
Yeah.
I even suggested to them a cool down workout if they really wanted to. It gives the same benefits, but I told Peter, and like I'll tell everyone else, a car can do a lot of damage going from 0 to 100. That's why it needs to go up slowly.
Mm-hmm. But it could also do a lot of damage going from 100 to 0.
That's exactly what I said to him. I said, what happens when a car goes from 0 to 100? It's expensive and taxes the engine. What happens if it goes from 100 to 0? It hits something.
Yeah.
So, cool down isn't as important.
And again, that falls into how we operate things with not necessarily always fact, but a bit of theory behind it.
Yeah.
This is Hodunk theory. This
is Hunter theory.
This is Harry Ball theory.
I love that theory. It always pisses people off who actually know stuff about it.
Yeah, it pisses me
Roy.
off too, but it's still hilarious.
But damn, Roy really made us all think.
Roy is a specimen.
Just take your time with it. Oh, actually, something I can recommend. I don't know why I'm feeling awfully generous for beginner information with your video today. Start light. Don't start heavy.
Oh yeah.
Don't start
Always.
at a weight that you think is heavy. Start at a weight that you think is light.
Yeah. Always
build up
work
to
and
it.
strength your joints first.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm too tired.
All right, now do some chest presses. That's hard. Shoulder presses are hard.
They are, and that's more weight than I usually do anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Can you throw on the 35, please?
Jeez.
I'm feeling good now. Nice and warmed up, too. I'm trying to do more warm-ups. Now that I do warm-ups in the morning as well. But I'll also be the first one to tell you if it's too heavy for me.
I would imagine you would be the first one to mention that.
I don't know, Joey. Does it look too heavy for me?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, Hunter. Does it feel too heavy for you?
Not yet. That's me about 20 minutes.
We're not going to be going for that much longer.
No. Oh, do you got something after this?
No.
Cool. We'll start super again.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start super. I want to say we'll start free run too again, but I also want to start getting you through super.
I was about to say, I think the demand is more getting me through super first.
Yeah.
Just from what I've seen.
Yeah, because Dyma's going to be coming out soon, and I imagine there will be some levels of spoilers, but...
Well, if Daima takes place before super, right?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what we don't know about this series. Brendan just told me it's not canon. The other day.
Okay.
But I only heard that it was canon, and it's even odder to say it's not canon, but give it a specific place in the timeline.
Yeah.
That's where I go, at least GT is ambiguous and it's after Z.
Yeah, it's the end.
It's the end after Z. And even then, at this point, it's debatable.
Yeah.
So...
It just has the characters the oldest that we've seen them to date. More than anything.
And canonically, like, things happen that they reference. So
like Cell.
Like Cell, like Boo, like they reference things that can't possibly have happened anytime after Z. So, but that's what I'm confused with Daima. Like I was telling Dom, this is going to be interesting for both the story, the legacy, and the animation.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll get another Battle of Gods style animation. No, but I remember what you said about the best of the best.
Like, the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
It's like everyone...
But it would be really funny if we saw more low-res,
like at the beginning of Super. Supposedly, they are 18 episodes in already.
Cool.
Like, fully animated already. Like...
Only?
Well, considering 26 episodes is a normal season. And even then, that's a modern season.
For a little bit.
They could really... like, Dragon Ball didn't really fall on numbers per season.
I mean, it wasn't really seasonal.
They did archetypes.
Yeah.
Or arcs.
Yeah, they did story arcs. But it wasn't really seasonal because it wasn't really made to be like a season. Because it was arc focused.
Yeah.
And also it was before really.
But I mean, 18 months ahead.
Did you know?
18 episodes ahead.
Did you know that in the original Dragon Ball, Mercenary Tao running up the tower to Korin, and then the Black Nimbus and running back down?
What Black Nimbus?
That Korin gave to Tao to trick him. Oh, to save your energy going down.
Oh, right. Okay. I forgot about
all of that was filler.
I believe that.
Like the entire thing was filler, apparently, and I guess in the manga they just immediately grenade him, and he just doesn't go up the tower. But it's like, oh, you put in filler in the middle of a fight.
See, does it feel like filler? To a certain extent, yes, but also it's like, how did you get more powerful? Oh, I drank the water up there. Up there? Oh, okay. And, like, I don't know. I have a hard time with old anime filler. Because they don't do, like, filler. Like,
no,
One Piece did filler.
Yeah, because it was an entire side story in the middle of freaking Impel Down.
Like, that's filler.
That's filler, but in
Dragon Ball, it's just like, Tao goes up the tower. Goku, go get your license.
Let's just sprinkle some extra thing in the middle of this actual fight, of this, current event.
See, I think it depends on what kind of genre you're going for. Like, Dragon Ball is way more funny times.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like, yeah, of course there's a guy whose whole ability is he turns people into carrots. What of it? And Roshi killed him via asphyxiation.
No, I think he died because of the moon blowing up.
We don't know. He could have survived in a small carrot-shaped spaceship. We don't know what levels of power he had. We do know that he could not have possibly survived in the vacuum of space.
He turned the nothingness into a carrot. He touched the universe and turned the universe itself into a carrot.
I would love if Super came back and they did a pan-out shot of the multiverse and it's just a fucking carrot.
You know what would be even funnier than that? If they do a pan-out shot of the universe and we just see cars drift by. That would be funny.
That would be very funny.
Did you finish?
Yeah, I only do 5 of these.
Oh, okay.
This is not right, my friend.
Well, I wasn't sure. You said we were going to be going right.
Well, no, I I wanted to go heavy for this.
No, I'm done. I did.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Oh,
did
then
3.
Okay.
Because you did 3 as well.
Did I?
But you did warm up.
Oh, that's right.
So you could do another one if you'd like. But...
That's a tempting offer. Yeah, throw on the 45.
Okay. But I don't know how much more record time we got because of
Not much.
my phone space.
That's why I'm gonna just take my breather and then I'm gonna press 1. I don't need a belt.
Okay, well, then don't.
I don't have any weight on my back.
I don't have any weakness like you, Joey.
I am not. I can't even say I'm not weak. I'm weak as fuck, but I'm not as weak as you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still probably... Maybe I'm... It's hard to say because Cade is mostly just fat, no muscle.
Yeah, but there is such a thing as
Yeah,
heavy muscle.
Yeah, I know. The sleeper build and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
along
of
with
course,
retard strength. They're on the
force,
same wavelength.
force equals mass
Jiggle.
times acceleration. So
Yeah.
you got the mass. You have something.
I always said this a lot of times when people don't understand how fat muscle works. Can you imagine like a 600-pound person walking around?
That is tough on the legs.
That is tough on the legs.
Um,
Most of the time, fat people have joint problems because they can't just turn that off
Yeah.
to give their joints a break.
and that's why they waddle.
Yeah.
But I might be tied with Cade in terms of just strength.
We don't know. Kate's been out of the loop for a while.
Yeah.
I've offered to train with him.
That's what I mean, though. Like, he still has more mass than me, but he's still... He has more of that, and I don't know if he has more mass than me at this point.
He's got more mass.
I have more muscle, but I don't know if I have enough muscle to just beat his raw mass. I don't know if I'm toned enough. Probably not.
No.
I'm still probably the weakest of the group. That's fine.
No, I'll actually say Peter's probably the weakest of the group.
He's got more mass on me.
I still think you beat him. Kate at least would play football. He goes out and does stuff with people.
Well, that is true. Peter is not really that active unless he's working out, kind of like us.
He's not working out recently either.
Still, though, he's got the mass behind
The
him.
most I've seen him do is walk around.
Yeah. Well,
So, and not to say that as a slight at him, but
not
that's
to,
just
not
what
to
he-
tier list the friend group or anything, but
I mean, also
the question is, who would beat Farmer with shotgun?
me, Hunter with handgun.
Hunter with shotgun.
You've seen both of us, Joey. Who do you think is stronger, me or Brendan?
Ooh.
I've been thinking about it for a while, and I know I have him beat in some areas, but I know he's beat me in other areas too. He's got free time though. If he's going to be working on it now, he's got time.
You are very much more upper body focused, and I would say Brendan is very all-roundedly focused.
Okay, that's fair.
I would say probably pound for pound he has a stronger squat.
Really?
I don't know his numbers though.
Oh, okay.
But
Because I was
just
going to say,
going off
I'm
of what
hitting
I've
300.
You are. How much do you weigh?
I didn't weigh myself today.
Hmm.
Last time I weighed myself was 2 weeks ago, and
My
that was
point being,
239.
He's got a lot less mass because he is shorter.
Right.
He is bulkier. He's not bulkier than you, but he is bulky. He has maybe, I put him maybe about 180.
No, he's actually trying to lose weight. The last time I talked with him about it, he was 200 going. He was
200 pounds?
His goal was 180.
How fat is he?
I mean, we're
Maybe
not
I was-
light.
Maybe I was being generous.
Remember, muscle adds weight.
I know it does, but I
It's easy to put on that weight.
It's more difficult for me just because I am 150 pounds and I've never been more than 150 pounds.
I was that
You
in
good?
high school.
I know. When I was in high school, I was 130 pounds.
Wow, we were closer in weight than I thought.
It was not healthy, absolutely not. But my point is, I'm accustomed to those smaller numbers.
I mean, you are actually what most, well, I shouldn't say most.
that weight is ideal.
I do want to bulk to 160 just a bit so that I can cut immediately after.
You know what I'm going to tell you then?
What?
You got to eat more.
Oh yeah, I've been. That's why I got the scale.
What's your BTRXs?
BTR? BMR?
Yeah, BMR. I'm sorry.
BMR for me, again, I've calculated it to be around 1750. So I've been trying to eat around a 2,000 calorie a day.
That's good.
Very slow bulk, a very clean bulk.
Yeah.
And again, I've been on that negative caloric intake across the day. So the most earlier in the day and the least before bed.
Yeah.
But my
And are you still taking the creatine?
yes.
Good.
And I can explain more after this.
Yeah, go ahead. Should or not,
For
everyone.
those of you watching, thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a pretty good workout. I hope to see you here again, and I hope to see. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Ignore the stutter.